Hello, my name is Chris, and in today's tutorial we'll be looking at designing your own composite mini sticks. I hope to get this tutorial under 15 minutes, answer a lot of your questions, and save you a lot of time and hassle in designing your own composite mini stick. So let's get right into it. Select the composite mini stick. Let's look at the CSPB005. Let's go ahead and select that. Wait for that page to load. And as you can see here, we have to fill out some information before we proceed with the orders. Let's say I want 24 of these sticks. Choose right. And as you can see here, price is generated for us, a print estimate. You see the total number, the total cost, I should say, and also how much each individual unit cost. Below that, we have to fill out some information for shipping. So let's just put in a pseudo postal code here. Generate the rates for that. And as you can see here, we have three choices. So let's stick with the default. Below that, you got a field that you can enter in a name for your job. And I think most importantly here is you can actually add additional instructions to your order. So for this one, we've only stipulated that we want 24 and right for all 24, but that's not necessarily the case for our team. We do have some left-handed players. So for anyone who's filling this out, you can type in the number of sticks for each left and right. So I want to put, let's say, it's simple as putting in right dash 12, left dash 12. Just make sure that the total number corresponds to the total up here. So we have 24, perfect. Let's go ahead and start customizing or designing on custom mini sticks. We'll just wait for the template to load. And while it's loading, I just want to make a note that we've implemented a lot of new features within all of our templates on Best Choice Print. And though a lot of them might be very subtle, they are very powerful in allowing you to express your artistic ways, if you will. So enough talking, let's jump right into the customization of our stick. So I'm going to select this logo here first. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit because I can't really see it from this distance. So let's zoom in and choose an image. So as you can see here, there's 4 tabs you can choose from. My Images is great for customers who've ordered from us previously, and you can choose images that you uploaded previously for other orders and use those images for this order. Next to that tab is the My Computer tab. You can choose an image straight from your desktop or your computer. Next to that, you have the Facebook. You can actually log in and choose an image from one of your albums within Facebook. And if you're a huge Instagram user like myself, you can actually log in and select an image from your Instagram account. But for this, let's select on my computer, select this logo from my desktop, wait for the site to sort of look through and sort of generate a preview. Let's crop it to the full size of the image, and you can see here a status message. The status message sort of indicates to us that it is of a high print quality. So what that basically means is that when we actually get to the printing process, the image is going to come out nice and crisp. A lot of the times when you see an image on the screen, it doesn't necessarily mean it'll turn out great when it comes to printing. So just as a reference point, you always want images to be of a high print quality, which means 300 dpi or above. Anything below that, especially getting in below the 150 dpi and below that, like 72, which is the average resolution for images on the web, you get when we start printing images of that low quality, you start getting very fuzzy or pixelated images. So again, reference point, let's keep it at 300 dpi or above. Let's click on finish cropping, let that image finish cropping, and I am quite happy with that actually. So I'm just going to go on to the other side there. Here I should say. Replace that image, and again, this is where the My Images really comes into play. So you can actually select on that image, wait for that image to load. Again, crop it to your liking, hit finish cropping, start moving it around. Okay, quite happy with that. Now I'm going to start playing around with the text. So I am going to change it to Bulldogs 2014. Wait for the preview to be generated. Like I mentioned earlier, we've implemented a lot of new features, and the font preview is one of them. So before, you would have to select it and just pray that the font looks great. But now with this preview, you can actually see how the font looks. So for this, I want to choose something pretty out there because this is for a kids team. So I want them to really like the stick. So I'm going to choose something crazy here. Just looking. You know what? I think they'll like this one actually. East Market. Let's choose that one. Okay, no, probably not. Let's choose Boston Traffic. Okay, there we go. I think they'll like that one. Again, you can play around the font size. So let's go with 30. Oop, not 830, 30. Now, if you have more than 2 lines within a text field, you can actually play around with the spacing within those 2 lines. So, but since I don't have any of that, I'm going to select with auto. For this though, you can actually play around with the character spacing. So basically what that means is you can actually play around with the spacing between each letter or each font. So I'm going to go with, let's say, 12 here. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. I can make that bold and italicized. Ooh, okay, I really like that. Okay, and if you're entering a trademark name or slogan or register, you can actually put in those symbols there. You can play around with the opacity anywhere from 0, which is nothing, to 100, which is full. So let's choose something in between, like 45. It's a bit too faded for me, so I'm going to choose 100. Go back to the way it was. Again, you can rotate the image if you want, but I'm not feeling like that. So I'm just going to simply undo that. And then you can play with the arrangement as well. So since we have many different elements on this, you can bring this all the way to the front or send it all the way to the back. Sometimes playing with this arrangement panel here, you run into the risk of changing it so much that you can't get it back to the way. So a simple way around that is simply click on the undo, 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 undo until you get to the state that you want. And then boom, I'm happy with that. All right, I'm just gonna duplicate what I did on the, so we're going to move on to the left hand side. So I'm just going to simply duplicate that. 2014, again, change the font style to Boston Traffic. 30, character spacing was 12, I believe. I made it bold, italicized, and oh yes, that's right. I gotta change the color. I'm not a big fan of this mustard yellow, so I'm gonna change it to red. There we go. Okay, so if you're looking at this right now, you can sort of see how there's these white dashed lines on both sides of these the template. So these white dashed lines sort of are indicators to tell you that this will wrap around on the back side of the stick. So if you use this as a reference point, this is the top of the stick, and then these 2 sides will sort of wrap around the back end. So for graphic elements like this is great because it makes it look continuous, but sometimes you don't want that for your logos or your text. So you can see it sort of is overlaid. Unless you want it that way, then you can simply place it there, no problem. But for the most part, I think you want this on either, keep it on the right or left hand face of the stick. So again, keep it between the dotted line here and the white line there, and you should be okay. Again, same rule apply here. Now, I want to sort of showcase two features actually that you can sort of implement here. So if I wanted to add an image here, I can simply click on Add Image, just crop it to the way I like it. Drag it down, make it really tiny. I'll probably have to zoom in a little bit more just to get a idea of how it looks. Okay, so I'll probably have to shrink it a little bit more there. As you can see, I can start rotating it there. There we go. Now I just gotta zoom out just a little bit because I'm going to do some. I want to showcase to you another feature here. So I'm going to add a text field here. Fit to width here. And then drag this down here. I'm going to enter in a text here. So I'm going to put in Go Team Go. Now initially when I'm looking at this, you might be thinking, oh, what's the big deal with this? And the font's probably a bit too big, so let's bring it down to 30. Okay, and then make this middle center. Now I want to place this here, but I want to run the text vertically. So again, one of the subtle features here, we just simply click on that, and it looks really weird. You're like, what the heck is this? So a simple way around that is to simply change the text box and then rotate it. Or if you don't want to do it that way, oops, oh, sorry about that. You gotta zoom in again. Just sorry about that. I just want to retouch this. Zoom out a little bit. So bring it back to 120. Rotate it the way I like it, and simply place the text there. Now I can start playing around with this. Get it to a size I like. Don't worry about the text underneath, which says top side. That will be sort of eliminated in the printing process. I can simply do that. I can change the font style too. Let's say the same thing. Again, change the color. So let's go with a dark red. And there you go. You got something very unique and very creative, and probably something that your team would absolutely love. I'm just going to look over this once more, just get a better idea. Make sure everything's placed the way I want it to be placed. Okay. I'm going to fit to width, just get a bird's view of everything, make sure everything's placed the way I want it to. Just as a little side note, everything here, all these die lines and text would be eliminated in the printing process, so fear not. Okay, I'm very happy with everything overall here. So once you're happy with the design, make sure spelling is correct, make sure everything's placed correctly, you can simply click on Approve and Checkout. And then a window will pop up, and again, it's sort of like a safety measure, just to make sure everything's the way you want it. Okay, looks great. You can read the conditions, and click on I accept the conditions, hit continue. And at this point, you're pretty much done designing. You just have, at this point, you just got to fill out the information regarding shipping and all that. So, just gonna remove that there. So you can see here that the details and then also the additional instructions are left here, so that the people at Best Choice Print know exactly how many left and right I need for my order. And that's pretty much it. I got the whole tutorial under 15 minutes. Hopefully I helped you out and answered a lot of questions for you. If you still have questions regarding how to design your custom mini black composite player stick, you can simply click on this help button, window will pop up, and then you can enter in your email and send us your inquiries. My name's Chris, and again, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks. Bye.